supplemental lesson in factoring perfect square trinomial. So there are questions in your test that will appear like this one. Let's say we have 100x squared plus blank plus 49. The problem here is we are going to get the middle term to make this trinomial a perfect square. So as what we learned, that the middle term here is equivalent to twice times the square root or the product of the square roots of the first and then the last term. I will repeat. The middle term is equivalent to the product or twice the product of the square roots of A and C. So in short, that is B is equal to twice the product of the square root of A and the square root of C. So that will be our formula. Therefore, to find B, we are going to get 2 then square root of 100x squared. That is the first term. So take note, that is not actually the leading coefficient. That is the first term times we have here 49. So we have twice square root of this one is 10x, then the square root of this is 7. So we have 2 times 10 times 7, that is 140x. Therefore, the middle term is 140x. Second one, there are examples which is we are going to find the last term. Let's say we have 25x squared plus 40x. Then we are going to look for the last term. So, the same pattern or relationship, that B is equal to twice the square root of A, the square root of C, wherein we are going to substitute here. So when we say ABC here, these are the terms. Okay, these are the terms. These are not the numerical coefficients. So we have 40x 2 times the square root of 25x squared times the square root of C. So since this one is unknown, so we're going to rewrite this one as the square root of C. Then 40x equals 2 times 5x times the square root of C. Then do the manipulation. We have 10x times the square root of C. Then divide both sides. Okay, so we have here, this is equal to 1. So we have here 4 that is equivalent to the square root of C. Since we're looking for C or the third term, just square both sides. So the value of C is 16. We have this another phase of finding the first term or to make this one a perfect square trinomial. Again, the value of B or the middle term is equivalent to twice times the square root of A times the square root of C. So B is 42x. This is the second term. This is not actually the leading coefficient or the numerical coefficient, but it's actually the term. Okay, so times 2 times the square root of A times the square root of 49. So 42x equals 2 times the square root of A times 7. So we have 42 x equals 14 times the square root of A. Dividing both sides by the square root of, by 14. So we have here 3, which is, so this is cancelled out. We have the square root of A. So this one is not yet the value of A. Squaring both sides will give you the value of A, which is equal to 3. Sorry, there should be an x here. 42x divided by 14 is 3x. Squaring both sides, so we have the value of a, which is 9x squared. So the number here is 9x squared, or the term is 9x squared.